Big C's, honestly, talking to you, like it's resiliency, like what you've been through in your life. It's so incredible, like that this is what hockey does. Like us three get to meet you through hockey. And my main takeaway from talking to you is that you're scared of the Oilers if you meet us again in the finals.
I'm not
really
scared.
what I could see.
I'm not scared because you know what? In order to beat a champion, you got to beat the champion. So bring it, Wit.
Oh,
Bring it, Wit.
back on.
Bring it, Wit.
Yeah.
I'm not backing down, baby.
Very
Oh,
true.
yeah.
I love it, buddy. Big C's, honestly, talking to you.
Are we gonna have part?
Hey, we got Caesar
Are we gonna
with
have
us
part
today.
2 of that shit?
I thought Caesar was off to spitting chicklets. We got Caesar with us. He's still on with us.
That's the wrong clip that I was supposed to play, but
Oh, I like that one because it's going to lead into what I want to tell you now. Caesar.
Wait, hold on. Isn't that the guy
Caesar,
from
you
Spittin'
don't
Chicklets?
know what Edmonton fans are like, but now you know because I got family and friends
Wait,
there. Now you
Kirby.
know. With Wit.
Kirby, isn't that the guy from Spittin' Chicklets on our screen right here?
Yeah, I said he's here today.
Holy fuck!
I thought we were losing him.
Mr. Celebrity.
Never.
What did we sign Caesar to? What extension did we give him?
Those are
We gave him the Sam Bennett or Aaron Ekblad extension. Who cares about those guys?
Yeah. You know what we did? We took the money back from Jesper Boqvist and gave it to Caesar.
There we go.
And any that was left over from Adam?
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Well,
Yeah, no.
I feel pretty good.
There we go. That was a quick start. And I was not the score I was expecting. But again, I thought we handled business, and you know, it was like one of those moments where it's like you said on Spaces tonight, Kirby. You're just like relaxed, calm, and collected, right? You're not too worried.
I was just laying back tonight. Everyone was kind of panicking tonight, coming into this a little bit, not knowing what to think. I'm like, it's game one. It's a new series, Caesar.
You can relax a little bit game one. And I also thought, like, again, we're a better team than them. I think the days off actually hurt Carolina.
And I said
maybe.
that too.
And I'm going to be honest with you. I thought, again, the first period is kind of the first 5-10 minutes, kind of what I expected. Not much on either end. You know, a little bit of jump physicality from each of the teams. But, you know, I think from our perspective, you really like the game. And obviously, you're up 1-0 in the series. I also think there's some things, Carolina, you can't hate their game. But it's like there's personnel things there that I believe. It's not some adjustment or tactical thing you can do in this series alone. I think there are personnel things there. Well, there are very good players there. You know, I think we're a different animal. We're not Washington. We're not New Jersey. And we talked about it in the pregame on the podcast, which was about 24 hours ago, maybe a little bit longer than that. We're back. Hello, everybody. I wasn't very high on Freddie Anderson. We're Cody and Kirby. You guys had him. Well, Kirby, you had him in your honorable mention.
Well, you had to respect him.
Too low.
You had to respect what he did.
I think the
in the
Canes'
past.
defense actually really helped Anderson. I thought they were all right.
I thought they were good today, their defense.
I didn't
Yeah.
think.
There was a couple guys, but I thought their defense overall was pretty good.
Like I honestly think
That's a credit to us, though.
like I think this could be kind of a model for how the series can and will go. Maybe the score is going to be a bit different, a little bit more shots on our end, less for Carolina, whatever. But I think,
And they're also going to say Freddie's going to have one or two of those.
yeah. But I think you get a general idea of how the series is going to go by tonight. I don't think that's too different from what I expect moving forward. I don't know about you guys. Maybe a little bit more competitive in the third, but
I mean, I have a lot to get off my chest. First off, fuck BJ's Brewer House.
well,
I was.
We didn't know
stuck-
you were going to be here tonight.
well,
I
now
know. I was stuck there I got there at 9, and we didn't get seated till it was 11.
well, we're never getting them as a sponsor. Thanks, Cody.
Fuck them. But I have a lot to get off my chest.
Cross that one off your list, Kirk.
Let's get my water out.
Listen. I have a lot to get off my chest about this game. First
I
off,
haven't heard from you all night, so let's hear
Yeah,
it.
let's hear it, Cody.
First off, when Carolina's down, they got to play like a bunch of bitches, huh?
Mhm.
This all fucking night. I mean, just like whenever shit don't go right, they just got to go around. Like, okay, scrum it up, fine. That's all fine.
Oh, your
with me.
favorite guy, Aho, you mean, or in the first period there?
Oh, Svechnikov being a little bitch because he can't get an open shot anymore.
You know what I said, Cody? I'm like, Rod Brindamore needs to realize he's not in the NHL anymore. He's a coach.
Nick's been riding Brindamore all night on our Twitter.
I'm sorry. Like, you need to be a little bit more fucking mature. And
how the fuck does Brad Marchand get kicked out of this game? How?
Unbelievable. And great point.
Coming off from the post-game show, so I don't.
You shoot a puck at me, you're getting fucking rocked.
I don't understand that either.
Did he say something to official?
It shouldn't fucking matter.
You know what he said? He said, "What the fuck?"
For those of you that didn't see it or just hearing about it now, let's go ahead and
see him mouth on the bench. If you look at the Sportsnet feed, like, what the fuck? He shot the puck at him. Like, that's clearly what he says. I don't really know how he got kicked out. Maybe it's the instigator. Or
That's what I'm wondering if it's something else.
This is why I hate this damn team. Like, whenever shit is not going right for them, they're not playing with a lead or all that, and they're like, a team ain't going to be suffocated by their fucking system with their mid-ass players. Oh, no, we're just going to fucking just...
How about Andrei Svechnikov really putting a target on his back?
But is that also where we frustrate them and that other teams don't?
It's game one. How the fuck are they frustrated already?
Because it's a mirror match and it's getting under their skin. They're not used to someone.
And we're lucky. We're very fortunate, Bob. Most I want to see a VTech
Vantage. Yeah, and then Svechnikov with the the fucking hip sway.
Now that's an actual.
That's dirty. Like,
that's an actual intentional elbow. Leafs fans.
Like what the fuck is that, man?
Yeah, I don't know.
But we're anyway,
very fortunate. We're very fortunate. Bob's okay on that.
But here's Jordan Staal is going to play like this. It's going to be a quick fucking series.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't have that turn. We had a Carolina Hurricanes caller on our post-game show, and he was like, "You can't have that from Staal there. That kills us." I was like, "Yeah, that's how we're built too. We can't have that from our top line, Selke level guys, Cody."
Well, you can't have that from your captain, period. But
and I know Kirby loved the Canes alum in the building tonight, cranking the rod.
How was Eric Cole and Eric Staal for them tonight? There.
They didn't flop down too either.
The Carolina Divers 1.0 era, and then Svechnikov's like, let me put a show on here, 2.0 era diver, and let me go on the ice a couple times.
Yeah.
Hey, Cody, you know who was there for the third period cranking the rod?
Who?
Manny Diaz, the Duke.
Fucking loser. Loser at loser now.
Oh, that's why the fever.
Helping the Hurricanes lose always.
I mean, he always has a front view of a Hurricane losing a big game, eh? So I mean, like, fuck out of here with this. Like, I'm like this is why I hate this team. I hate this fucking team because all they are is system. That's all the fuck they are. They have no guys out there that can create shit for themselves.
People are like,
they tried to create stuff, Cody, when they were down 4-1 and stuff in the open ice. There was a couple. Jarvis made one play and Avo made one kind of skill-based play towards the net. Well, they were beating us 7-1 for slot shots.
And I think a big story of obviously the defensemen that were in tonight is who wasn't in tonight and who had to draw in for.
Yeah, I mean, Chatfield's a big blow.
Chatfield.
Some of the Carolina people, they want to hear it from me. They said,
that's a big loss.
But I'm like,
especially when you run the defense. Like we talked about, we run it through our forwards. They run it through their defense. Jalen Chatfield's a big part of that. And
who was their best pairing, Nick, in 2023 versus the Panthers?
That Chatfield pairing.
Yes. And was it Gostis pair?
I think. I don't remember who it was because.
It was probably Goss's here because it was fucking who the fuck would they have had? It was Slave and Burns. Pesci. Who the hell was with Pesci? Shea. It may have been Shea.
Yeah.
Brandon Montour got in his head.
But aren't they both right-handed? It may have been.
No, I think you're right, Cody.
It may have been Chatfield Shea.
No, Slavin and Burns were together because we exposed them.
I know, but I think it may have been Chatfield Shea.
No,
but now you have to think Nikishin comes in if Chatfield can't go, which is another rookie.
I don't know why they didn't play Nick. Is he hurt?
I don't think he impressed too much in his NHL debut.
Yeah, but Scott fucking Morrow ran off the ice.
First NHL playoff game, I think, Nick, and it was not good.
That's an understatement.
I think they should before the delay of game. He was on the ice for 2 goals against, and I think Sportsnet was breaking it down on his.
I mean, with the Panthers in this game was like I was shocked. Like the power play goal early was huge. I mean, what a shot by Carter Verhaeghe. Like in tight.
Some people are like, Anderson has to have that. Cody, that's one spot that Anderson's giving up, and Verhaeghe picks it.
What do you want him like this to expose this spot? No, I'm leaving
That's
that
where
one.
all the goalies are going to give, and Verhaeghe took it. That's my take.
And then Ekblad did the same thing. Like
I don't think he saw the Ekblad one.
The Ekblad Barkov was in front of the net there a bit.
Barkov
Marshall in front of the net on the other one.
And then
think of the third one. That's just.
And then fucking
our
Nico
fourth line
Mikkola.
and our fourth line and Nico Mikkola did that play. What the hell?
And you know what's funny? Maurice doesn't even like that play. Like
Nico Mikkola went Bobby Orr, and then Greer put on Pavel Bure's jersey there, Cody, to finish that one off.
like because it was like the pass and the finish, and we're just sitting like, what the fuck?
The fourth liners look like
Cody's like, I'll get off Mikkola's back now. But Cody has also said that Mikkola's gas from Four Nations, and I'm with him. Like we both have said.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, I'm only on Mikkola when he's bad, but I give him credit when he's good.
This was A plus Mikkola. This is one of the best games I've ever seen him play.
Yeah, like, and
I thought he was the best player on the ice.
Yeah, I did too. I thought he was back to form and even better than the regular season.
Like last year's season, right?
But
right?
I think we're starting to see us round into form. Antonio mentions. Remember how good we were? Cody, remember those 2-3 games before Ekblad got suspended?
fuck me, man. Like Buffalo,
Calgary, like Columbus.
We didn't
like,
give up shit.
We didn't
That
give up
Columbus
anything.
game was really good defensively.
We're starting to kind of.
Yarnfoot bothered me, and no one saw it. And then later on, they're like, "Oh, Kirby, he's not so good. Go back and watch that game."
That pairing is probably the worst pairing in Panthers history that I've ever had to
We
watch.
called for
But
Magna.
other than Bjornfot, that Columbus game was like a masterclass game.
Well, Bjornfot wasn't in that Columbus game.
Like Chris Pronger goes from ESPN to Sportsnet.
So this is what they had to say about Mikkola's play tonight.
Nico Mikkola. He has been fantastic. His game has been developing since I saw him in St. Louis. His all-around game. He's got a great stick. He's really sound defensively here. He makes a great sliding stop on the 2-on-1. Really good stick here on the 3-on-2, stepping up to deny the blue line.
And you know what's crazy, guys? After
his
this
game
play
has been getting
happened,
the game, and he's been
Like
bright
mute it
light.
and play that
Doesn't
play
he
again.
skate like
I just want to
Edmund?
see it
He
again
does a
because
little
it's
bit, right?
fucking
He's a
insane.
little lanky guy, maybe like
he beats two guys.
a little beaver tap.
That's
like-
Morrow right there. Oh, that's bad.
But he beats
Maneuver.
Look at where
like he starts all the way back where the referee is.
Is that Martinuk? Wait, no.
Okay,
what
so
player
hold
is
on.
that?
Play it. I think I see the problem
Pass,
already.
Coach
here.
Kanyemi.
Walker and Blake
Jumps
go to the
past
same guy. Or no, Blake doesn't go to him fully.
just
Blake's
mute
not
the
moving
sound.
his feet.
Mute the
So
sound.
yeah. So, but who's that in the middle? Is that Morrow?
Morrow.
So, wait. So he beats Blake to the puck. First
Well,
off,
Blake's not moving
Blake
his feet.
Blake wasn't hustling back.
But first off, what a pass by Nosek to get it to Mikkola there.
Right?
Yeah.
Like I was talking with Nick, is like, are we getting into like a territory where this fourth line is like better than last year's?
It is not the Stenlin was good on the penalty and kill in his faceoffs. The fourth line as a whole was not better.
Like Kirby, I know you were a big proponent of last year's fourth line, but they weren't even close to this.
Well, look at the production that this fourth line's putting up right now is unreal.
Like
My guy
Panthers
Tomas
got some
Nosek.
bounces, didn't play the
I
Phoenix
gave
game.
myself an X tonight on the post-game show. I'm like, I was not right with the fourth line any step of the way. But I don't know who was, but I'll call myself.
Stay out the penalty box when the faceoffs make quick work. But yeah, it's just
It
like
doesn't make sense. Nosek wasn't doing anything for us all year. We bring in Sturm. Nick's like, this is the addition I want. He's not playing, and now Nosek's playing. We have
Well, I
Gag-
like Nosek
we have
originally.
Mackey in the lineup.
I like Nosek
bizarre.
originally.
yeah, but now Nosek
It's
is
like 5 good games this year.
but now Nosek is going back to what we thought he was going to be going in.
Yeah,
So was it the injury in training camp? That set him-
Probably.
could have been, but
Probably. Like Kirby, like you
He's
could
an older guy. I thought like he's out of gas. He's done here.
well,
I
like,
was gonna say because he didn't do anything.
Well, how
else
about the
right?
pickup of
No,
like
it's
AJ Greer losing Ryan Lomberg in the offseason? You pick up AJ Greer.
AJ
high
Greer's
but I
been
knew
good
that-
all- he's been good all year, and then I think he ran out of gas a little.
but I knew Greer was
Well, I
going to
do
be
too.
better
I
than
don't think he
Lomberg.
prepared to play that much.
Yeah,
Played 81
totally.
games.
Do you guys think that the couple of days off during the first round in the first in the first round in the series one, helping them get their legs back, not playing, help
No.
them at all.
Paul Maurice says the opposite, Caesar. He
No.
wants to be playing every other day like we came into this game. I said on the podcast, guys, maybe we can channel that, bottle that whatever we had from Boston to Toronto.
Oh, there would have to be a lot of pay cuts in that department for that shit to happen right there.
We'll get to those
Caesar, yeah,
later on, guys.
Paul Maurice said no rest for these guys. We're fine coming into this game, and they proved it tonight.
No, but I'm saying because they didn't play the first 2 games against Toronto.
No, I just think their game has just been they're just playing it to a T.
Okay.
Like they're north-south so quickly, there isn't much east-west to them, so they're not turning the puck over in that regard. They're fast, quick on pucks, dumping in at every chance they get. They're hard on the D. They back check like hell. They don't really get hemmed in their zone, even though one shift in the first they kind of did. But they bounce back after.
One guy that surprises me that has been able to stick in the lineup, this consistency is Gadjevich. Nosek and Greer. I like Nosek. I was actually a proponent of him even on the wing with Sturm at certain points. I was not a fan of Gadjevich. So, I mean, I don't even know how the hell Johnny
this is a guy Kirby was like when Kirby points at it's like a pointless extension. Like, why does Gadjevich get the extra year and we lose?
We could have given it to Lorenz. I'm not bitching, but
But I'm not mad right now.
No, I'm Kirby. I'm shocked Jonah Gadjevich has been able to stick in the lineup this long.
Yeah,
but he's
longest stretch, I think.
But he's doing everything Maurice asking him to do, and he's putting in every effort, every shift. Like there isn't a shift where those 3 are not flying.
So what has Paul Maurice said on him?
Well, they haven't played a lot of hockey lately. Nosek played 30-something games last year.
It would make more sense to me if we had a lot of overtime games, but it's a lot of regulation play, and you're getting fourth line minutes at 10 plus, north of that, and Paul Maurice is double shifting them at end of games, and we're opening up leads, Cody. That helps too, to be able to roll your 4 lines, and you stay out of the box. Hey, don't be taking.
I think our fourth line. Let me take a look back to the Toronto game. So just give me a sec here, but I think they're averaging anywhere from 8.5 to 10.5 minutes a night.
They had over 10 tonight. Someone told me on the post game.
Like they're probably close to that because the blowouts. Because the blowouts, they got all the ice time in the world.
Yep. But that they're not sitting for a period, or they're not sitting for a stretch of 10, 12 minutes.
Who was the worst cat tonight?
I'll throw some defensemen out there. Forsling and Ekblad, I didn't love their games. Cody talks about pizzas. Ekblad throws a pizza up the wall. He gives a form to a guy. Turns the puck over on the first goal. Gets danced on the second one. You make 1 goal, but you make 4 or 5 bad plays. Sorry, I'm not taking that.
This is probably going to be an unpopular opinion. I didn't think Marchand was that great.
That might be unpopular.
Because in the first 2, he's turned over the puck over 3-4 times, fallen down on the ice in the first and the second.
I'm not going to get on Kachuk tonight, but I'm still wondering, and I know Jeremy was asking me this, how I felt this line was. I don't know really how to answer that. We get a power play goal with.
What do you mean Forsling's hurt?
And Ekblad keeps forgetting that.
Then why is Forsling jumping up and leaving Ekblad back?
Forsling's hurt.
But Forsling's the one jumping up and going behind the net and shit.
Forsling lost the puck battle behind the net, and then
he did that again, and kind of like when he gave up that goal in Toronto last week.
Let's see this.
That's the turnover by Forsling behind the net, and then Bob makes that save without the stick, right?
Yep.
Slavin's not turning those.
Is Forsling hurt, or is he just gassed?
I think he's gassed.
I think he's gassed, and that also could lead to an injury. But
and maybe not hitting that level.
Zito would rather keep Bennett over Ekblad. No worries. I think both are gone still.
Tonight, people, Cody, we're talking on the post-game show. We'll keep Ekblad.
Now, we're at the point of the playoffs where we're keeping everybody now.
That's what we're getting to now.
We do this every year.
About that.
Caesar, you're guilty of this sometimes.
I haven't mentioned it in a while.
I also have the minutes for since the fourth line came into play. Jonah Gadjevich has 3 points in 6 games, 7:21 of ice time per night. AJ Greer has 3 points in 6 games, 8:19 of ice time per night. Tomasz Nosek, 3 points in 6 games, 10.5 minutes of ice time per night. And their Greer and Gadjevich are +4. Nosek is +5. So they're playing 7, 8, 9, 10 minutes a night.
I believe I'm right on this stat. I was trying to find it earlier, Caesar. I don't know if I sent it to you. I think since Paul Maurice switched the fourth line, guys, the Panthers are 5-1.
They are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow,
It's
that's crazy.
And the one game they lost, I mean, it's a tight checking,
2-0 game.
essentially 1-0 game, right? Like,
Shout out to Jimmy and the
It's
community. We're talking fourth line here for like.
it's got to be both. He's made multiple uncharacteristic plays plus loses foot races. We've never
But
seen him lose.
are we
But-
saying Forsling's hurt because we know that, or because we're just assuming?
But here's also, I think, one thing you also got to understand. If you're trying to compare him to last year's Forsling, I think you're going to be dead wrong. Because last year's Forsling was a career year Forsling
In mid-20s.
and like in
Or
contract, and people don't want to mention this, but contract year too. And like he's been getting kind of beat on those plays all year. It's nothing different.
The Washington
He-
game.
Yeah. Like I understand like you're guessing and all that. It's been the same thing all
I
year. I
think
don't
the
think he's been
first-
close.
And
Fair.
people can't use that Ekblad.
I think the first pair will be. I think our defense will be fine because we run it through the forwards. It's fine. It's good enough. Bob back there.
Barkov saved Forsley and Ekblad on a
Yeah.
play.
But you take a look at some of these other defense cores left. You could pick apart some guys there, right?
Yeah.
So the way that Dallas has played, Carolina's played defensively, even Edmonton now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we gotta tighten up a little bit there.
Yeah, but it's just with Carolina, it's just they always end up on the easy side of the bracket.
I think.
Was this because they had a lot of time off tonight, Cody, or is it more us? You're probably going to say more us, but it could be.
I think it's more us.
Okay. I don't know the answer. I'm just asking the
But
question.
it's just like every time, like me and Nick were talking about it earlier, and I didn't really think about it like this. They've always ended up on the easier side of the bracket if they made the conference finals.
But sometimes that makes your body, you're not banged up, and other teams you play are banged up at that point.
Yeah, but wouldn't you win at least once? Because every time
But
they,
isn't that the problem with Dallas that they haven't got through the Western Conference final because they've had tougher challenges leading up?
Yeah, but the problem with Carolina is they keep running into teams that have the better players and they can't win over that hump.
Me and Cody
Like-
talked about it. You know who they beat? They beat the Nashville Predators, and I'm not counting the first year with fine. You want to count the first year with Brendan Moore? Fine. They beat Washington.
Nashville, what?
They beat Washington, and they beat
Like we're talking their past.
New
like-
York Islanders before getting swept to Boston. Ever since then, they lose to Tampa in that bubble, whatever the hell you want to call it. Then the 56 game season, they beat Nashville before losing to Tampa again. Excuse me, they lost
No,
to Boston twice.
They lost to Boston in the bubble, and then
In the
they
bubble.
lost.
I blame
Then
Dougie
they
Hamilton.
beat Nashville, and then they lost to Tampa. Then the following year, they lost to New York. The next year, after beating the Islanders,
They lost to. They beat the Islanders. They
New
beat the
Jersey.
Devils. They
and
lost
then they
to
lost
us.
to us,
And then last year they beat the Islanders again
and then they lost
and lose to the Rangers.
Like,
So-
who have they beat?
Like
I
they
can't-
run into teams that they can overwhelm with their system because they don't have good enough players to counter it.
Maybe they do something next year because they do have a lot of cap space.
I
Yeah,
think
but the
24 million,
Yeah,
25.
Yeah,
By
but the
getting
question
noted-
is there
by
people going to
getting
want to
noted
go there?
playoff performer Mitch Marner.
Are people going to want to go there? Because
I
like
wouldn't be surprised.
They need better center depth, Cody, because right now you're
100%.
they're going to get exposed down the middle.
But that's-
I'm gonna Sam Bennett. That's an option for them.
yes, it is.
That is the probably
And
the
overpaid.
biggest.
Overpaid.
Like, people talk about Toronto. I think Carolina is the
Yeah,
most obvious.
that's a very
spot
good
for
point.
Bennett.
and
I
that's
agree.
the
Because
funny.
Cody, they're running with Rosselvic right now, and I'm not a cocky Niemi guy.
Yeah, but like once again,
And
I
an
still.
old stall.
But here's my
Older.
but here's the thing. I still blame their GM for trying the Rantanen thing because
But is this analytics where you don't build down the middle of the ice and you get all these wingers that look good on metrics and look good on charts?
you can't be that stupid. I mean, like
Are they built down the middle of the ice?
there shouldn't be an analytic alive or that exists that should say you shouldn't build down the middle of the fucking ice. That is
Can I
fucking
Something
stupid.
about analytics here. It's way off topic, but did you guys hear Bill Zito give Sonny Maeda a shutout on the Seth Jones analytics? Where the hell's that? Because they must be using way different analytics.
No,
than
they are. They have access to way more.
I know they do. I'm joking, Cody, but
Yeah.
how extreme is that? When analytics people online hate Seth Jones, and then he gives a shout out to Sonny that, hey, he's our analytics guys that picked off.
I've said it since the conference finals were set. Carolina is the worst of the Final Four teams, and it's not really close.
I said this. It's like, okay, if Carolina is similar to us in system and style, and they have a worse roster, wouldn't that mean they lose? Like, if we're stylistically very similar, you're going to tell me that the team with the worst players is going to lose? Is going to win?
But everyone bashes them, and Cody, you're part of that. Like, they make conference finals.
Yeah.
Because
They're on the weak side of the bracket.
Because they're playing the Islanders in the New Jersey.
No, I
Maybe-
think they're a good enough team to get to the conference
They
finals.
can't
did too.
beat the
I did
fucking
too.
Rangers. The minute there's a team, they have another team where a
Cody,
player-
not every team makes the conference final 3 straight years like us, okay? Or what
Okay.
Dallas is doing. Did you see that number earlier, Caesar? You might have that.
Yeah.
Okay, but here's the thing. At least with Dallas, I can at least say they've ran out of gas because of the fucking gauntlet they got to go through. But Carolina, I can't even say that. Carolina's never had to go through a gauntlet because if they go through a gauntlet, they lose in the gauntlet.
Yeah, Dallas had to beat Colorado and not Colorado last
Dallas had to beat Vegas and
Vegas.
Colorado on the way to the
Vegas and
conference
Colorado.
finals.
Right, but I wasn't too impressed with Vegas here.
No, not this
year. No,
year.
we're talking last
They
year.
were talking
last
last year.
Okay. Yeah.
Because remember, Vegas shot the bed for most of the regular season and ended up like wild card. I think it was wild card 2?
Yeah.
So it's just like that's just like the stuff. And it's like they beat a Rangers team that was they lost to a Rangers team that was premature in 2022. Remember, they weren't even like fully arrived yet. And it's just like, and like stylistically we're the same, but the problem is like they did a lot of window dressing tonight, I felt.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is like there was one thing on their power play that confused me. Like, did y'all notice they had they would have a net front, right? And when they would shoot the puck, the net front wouldn't be there anymore.
No, I see Thorns in the chat there, Jamie. I get what you're saying with Monter and Bennett, but they're using obviously different analytics that are out there to the public. But Seth Jones has never been an analytics darling. And to talk him up to that nth degree, they never said that about Bennett and Monter. Oh, look, we grabbed them because of their analytics. They never said that about those guys, Cody.
Those guys were maligned when we got them.
But I never heard Zito say that about their analytics from their department.
Zito's never going to mention their analytics, but
he mentioned Seth Jones, so that's puzzling to me.
But the thing is, it's just but Kirby, did you not notice that with their power play? Because that confused the hell out of me. With Carolina is when they set up, they would have a net front, right? When they were, but then when they shot the puck, the net front was gone.
Okay, I'll have to take another look at that because they had a lot of traffic and a lot of layers in front, Cody.
They had
They
layers.
did well, but I thought the Florida Panthers did a better job. Of
but they had
a lot of those
that's
shots.
part. I think that's
They had layers, but the problem was the layers were gone when they shot the puck. Bob was seeing it.
we're guilty of that from time to time.
I mean, yeah, we're guilty of it.
Or like you could chuck, just put your butt in front of the net and just staple yourself there. You know,
and a lot of their snapping around just happening at the top of the blue line. The Panthers were like, well, all right, we'll take all that. We'll just sit here and wait.
But I didn't think they connected on some passes on their power play, Cody, and plays down low that maybe they do next game and things like that. On 2 plays down low, they just weren't connecting. They've been off for 4+ days, Cody. Record for teams being off that long in the last 19 games, I think, is 7 and 12.
Trust me, we were off a week when we played Vegas game 1.
Yeah,
we were off longer than a week. We're off 11 days.
That was
the longest 11 days of my life.
And then it was just.
I'll say that. What about last year?
Until the next year.
Anyways, guys,
here's the thing. I don't want to get ahead of ourselves.
Go ahead, Dick.
But if we're able to get through this, I'm not going to say it. I'm actually not going to say it.
I mean,
Right,
you cut Caesar off from the fucking ad read just to not say what the fuck you wanted to say.
I'll say it. If we are
Shut up, Caesar. Play the ad read.
If we are fortunate enough,
get him off. Ad read.
Panthers fever is here. Are you geared up? Caneswear in Davie is the place for all your Florida Panthers needs. They have the latest gear for our favorite NHL team. Jerseys, polos, t-shirts, hoodies, hats, and more. Caneswear has you covered. Stop by their store in Davie or at pantherswear.com. Again, that's Pantherswear, WEAR.com for all your Panthers gear.
I'm not going to say it.
Shut up.
And our other shout out to Jeremy.
Jeremy Beckham at Beck Says FLA. Are you ready to buy or sell? Hit a Beck Says FLA on the website and on Twitter.
And call 772-475-5371. Now you'll be glad you did.
And before I do, shout out to the Holy Water.
It lost us game 6. It don't matter no more.
Nope.
It wasn't present for 1 or 2 games last round.
So this is Paul Maurice on the Brad Marchand incident.
Paul, what was your impression of the Gossespierre situation that led to Brad getting the 10-minute misconduct?
Yeah, I've got one. I'll be keeping that to myself.
I heard it.
It's actually the most that I've actually heard him say.
Okay, what I said on the post-game show, I don't know if Cody would have disagreed with me. He wasn't there with me tonight. I'm fine if Paul Maurice took a fine after the game. If he wanted to defend Bobrovsky, if he wanted to defend Marshall.
Oh, yeah.
All you get is Vinny Viola coming from up above, and he can just pay off the fine.
Yeah,
that happens, everyone. And it's not going to change the momentum of the series. It's only going to strengthen the bond.
But if he feels like he doesn't have to, I'm not going to be upset.
But I was looking for it.
If he would have went off right there and got the fine, oh hell yeah, I'd be fine with that.
The Marchand stuff, but we had to listen to the Toronto media last round and get all these hardball questions and all these questions on Bennett for the 24-hour news cycle. But now you guys don't want to talk about
Meeksy, we already played that clip, buddy. You missed it.
You're gonna have to rewind.
Meeksy spamming our chat tonight with the Mikula stuff, but he deserves it tonight.
Yeah.
But Meeksy, he hasn't played like that all year. That was A++.
Like last round, he was probably like one of our worst defensemen.
Meeksy didn't come by some of those nights.
Yeah, but
Meeksy's a busy guy.
But no, what I still think my favorite part about this game is like Paul Maurice really didn't even think we played that well. Like
everyone was telling me after.
He said he didn't like the game.
No, and I didn't. I mean, going halfway into the second period, I thought we were late on everything. We were late on pucks. I thought Carolina started getting strong. They looked a little bit better than we were. But then after that Marchand incident, I think it woke everybody up, because then that's when we started getting back to our game.
Caesar, I give us A-. What do you give us tonight?
A- probably. I mean,
are you talking about when like Marchand got thrown out?
Yeah,
the game was over by then.
No, I that's what I'm saying. But like the way that they were playing, I mean, the score didn't indicate it, because I thought Carolina was playing decent.
But don't you think Caesar and everyone we're running the clock there? I was fine with the third. Just run the clock.
I was fine.
Let it run out.
What was it? 3-1 at that point?
3-1 at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we got that power play for, I don't know what the power play was for. I really that's when I was at BJ's Brew House.
But that's where I kind of thought Bob really because if he lets a 1 goal there, it's a 1-score game, right? The momentum shifts to Carolina. So I thought Bob was a big part of it, and give him the game puck or I thought he was the best player on the ice.
They're probably going to. I think tonight.
Give it to Mikula.
I think you give it to Mikula.
Well, they already posted it.
No one spoil it for me.
I haven't seen it either.
Caesar, I said this on the post-game show.
Yeah.
We got the Tampa Bay crowd to go home early. We got the Toronto crowd to go home.
Oh my goodness!
A couple times. When we got the Carolina crowd to go home early.
Just don't have
quiet tonight.
Just don't have us
gets the crowd going.
Just don't have us go home early, please.
Nick, that crowd was whisper quiet at the start of the second and through the second. There was no life in that building.
And that's
the quietest I've ever heard that Carolina.
And there was the one thing, it was like the one thing I noticed with that crowd after the Verhaeghe goal, they were kind of cheering and kind of get their team going after that.
Yeah.
And I noticed that. I'm like, okay, I like that.
Yeah. But then there's nothing the rest of the night.
Yeah, and then I look up and I'm like, and all I see is the red fucking seats.
Yeah. In that corner there, right?
Yeah. Even in behind the benches, it was bad.
I know we're Panther fans mentioning this. I know everyone. You
Yeah,
know.
fuck off. I can mention it.
Also behind there is our club level area, which they should have the camera on the other side of the rink. I'll keep saying that.
What are
I
they, the Edmonton
agree.
Oilers in
Thank
the
you.
2010s, Kirby?
Edmonton Oilers, decade of darkness. The Edmonton Oilers.
So this is on Bennett and the game of the
More like
Panthers played
decades,
today.
but whatever.
So
Hours ago. How are you guys seemingly able to not miss a beat here tonight?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's nice to just hop right back into another game. That was an emotional game 7, and you turn the page right away because you focus on the new challenge ahead, and we did a good job of refocusing right away.
It's interesting. Brad Marchand said the other night, though he wasn't with you guys last year, like the way you guys had to deal with a game 7 and a cup final last year, like that was the ultimate kind of pressure. And then everything after that would appear to be pressure moments is just kind of ho-hum. Do you agree with that at all?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it doesn't get higher pressure, higher stakes than Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Finals. So, it's still, you can feel how big that game was, but there's just so much experience in our locker room, so much composure, and we handled ourselves really well.
Seems like you guys really seem to embrace being together on the road even more than an average team typically does. What is it about when you guys get away from home that seems to bring the best out of you?
I mean, we're a close group. I know everyone says that, but we truly are. And we had 25 guys up in the team suite last night, all together, just enjoying each other's company, and I think that goes a long way.
How many times, whenever you come down this tunnel, do you think of Matthew Tkachuk in the first 2 games of this building here 2 years ago?
Yeah, I had today when I was walking through it, I actually thought about chasing him down the tunnel after that one game. So that was a pretty funny exit to a game.
I'm sure you'll take regulation, I hear tonight, Sam. Congrats.
Absolutely. Thank you.
So that was before the game, but
After.
man, it kind of like I wish I was like I ended up seeing that series 2 years ago, and I know you and I, Kirby, are gonna go watch it together this summer, but
And some people don't want to rewatch that series because they call it boring.
how
I'll rewatch
because a lot of people that I talk from in the community say we didn't look that great. We got away with a couple of wins in that series. What do you guys say? How did that series go?
It was like that series was such a blur.
I remember game 2, we got fucking caved in our own end. Bobrovsky saved our ass there.
It was the best game by Carolina, but I will push back on that comment and question, Caesar.
Okay.
We dominated for game 1 portions, game 3. Game 3, I think they had 0 or 1 high danger chance. Bobrovsky shutout, I believe, there. And then game 4, I thought Carolina, that might have been their second best game, guys, outside of game 2. But,
that was the one game they started to finish their chances.
Yes, it started to look like a different Carolina team there in game 4. But they're down 3-0 at that point.
But, like, that series
I
was...
remember Tara Vinen scored, I think, 2 quick ones there.
No.
Or was it Tara? I don't remember.
Well, I'll give you this hint. It's... well, let's play this game. He was a center who retired, I believe, after that year. Or
Stasny.
It's pretty funny. If the Leafs are the Dallas Cowboys or the NHL, the Canes are the Buffalo Bills.
I don't like the Leafs. I don't like the Leafs Cowboys comparison because the Cowboys won something in the 90s. Like,
can we not talk about this? It's a good night.
Cody's on that side there.
It's a good night. Let's not ruin it.
Like the Cowboys are the Chicago Bulls of the NFL. A dynasty in the 90s haven't done nothing since.
Do
the
Bulls get mocked every time they lose?
Want to give a quick shout out to our viewers here on my Instagram. Thank you guys for listening in.
But Kirby, did you see any of the tweets by Ryan Whitney during this game tonight?
I only saw the Brian Boyle tweet. I'm just going to get this in quick here. Did you see it, Cody?
Yeah, Isu Luosterainen, elite.
And then I did the blinky and white guy meme.
Yeah. But Ryan Whitney tweeted 2 things tonight about this game. 1, these 2 teams aren't even close. Don't give me the look at the shots argument.
It's so true.
And the second one was the Metro Division is ruining the Eastern Conference Final again.
I agree with that.
I guess the Rangers got to take a lot of blame for that. And the New Jersey frauds that our community, other people always want to prop up on a pedestal. take some accountability, Jersey Devils. all Shelly did was just sit there like a bump on a log for the whole thing, and Tom Fitzgerald talked, and he just sat
Quinn
there.
Hughes ain't gonna save
I
them.
don't want to get fired. I don't want to say anything. It was my first year. I don't want to get fired. I don't want to do anything.
Would you guys be shocked if this game goes 6 or 7 games? I would be shocked if it went 7 because I don't think it's going to go 7.
I only want it to go 5 just because I want to get flown into Carolina.
You can go to the Stanley Cup final. Okay.
I wouldn't mind going to Edmonton. If I go to Edmonton or Dallas, if I do go to Edmonton, I got to stop by and see Kirby.
I got to come up there. Can someone fly me up there?
There we go.
They're like, no. And if Caesar goes to Dallas, he'll just go to AT&T Stadium because it's not too far from the AAC.
Yeah.
The Dallas Cowboys make another appearance on.
Have you been to AT&T Stadium? I'm pretty sure you have, but
no,
really.
I can bring some of that holy water and pour it on the Cowboys' 50-yard line.
I think I'm gonna need to freaking take. I think I'm gonna need to have the city freaking take a freaking tons of a cold holy water.
One of those helicopter things where they drop water down.
Yes, and it's gonna pour all over.
Panthers are the better overall team, but the West is objectively
Jerry's world. You're putting it underwater.
The West is objectively a better conference than the East this year.
Maybe the blessing is we don't.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. Like, oh yeah, like, and Ryan would get to go see every goal we give up is so weird. The last 4 games for Bob, you could argue, should have been a shutout.
Hello, Ryan.
Not tonight. I didn't blame him for the Yahoo one because it was just legitimately right out in front. Like when it's what?
Which goal you don't blame for?
The Aho one.
The Aho. Yeah, that was a weird
because
goal.
Adding Kachuk on that, the first goal.
Yeah, I just said I didn't blame Bob.
Yeah, that's who I know.
Yeah, because I was like, the deflection's like right out in front.
I know who Kirby.
Second one was who got danced there before Ekblad or got walked around, then Ekblad.
No, nobody did. Greer went up.
Greer.
Yeah.
Why is Greer on the?
Because it's a 5-1 game.
What we're worried that Lusto's going to take one off the knee again or something.
Stop it!
Why take the chance?
Barkov was out there with 5-6 minutes left. I was like,
what the fuck?
Okay, I don't think after that he was on the ice again.
Well, I still want to have penalty killers.
Like first line, you're not.
I don't want to give them any momentum off of.
They're like first line, you're not going anymore. Erod's like me too. I'm like, no, you can go. You're good.
Evan Rodriguez.
Have our 5 lines that Paul Maurice says we can have. Can we have extra skaters there and just throw them out there?
Yeah. Sylvan, get out there.
No drama.
Sylvan Tuomo, get out there.
There we go.
Ruto against his former team.
The Sylvan got that good suit game going, that baby blue. Is that a pretty good suit? Can anyone tell me that?
I have no idea.
He might have some. He might have some better suit game than Barkov and some other guys.
Barkov. No
and Kachuk sometimes.
But I thought the player of the game was definitely Bob. Here's something you tweeted out earlier, Kirby.
Yep.
He tweets, Carolina Hurricanes will love the analytics after 20, but I like that period from Bob and the boys. Slot shots on net, 7-1 Carolina. Slot driving plays, 14-6 Carolina. Puck battle win percentage, 71.4% Carolina. It didn't even feel like that in the first.
It didn't feel like that. So sometimes doesn't it tell you got to go off the eye test, Cody, than what the numbers?
Right.
Because it didn't feel like it.
Feel like that at all. You know?
Because like Carolina is like the biggest culprit of this. They're the biggest culprit of empty calorie. I call it empty.
We won the little battles instead of the war.
Yeah, it's like and also empty calorie shots, where they just throw it on them. Bob just goes, all right.
But like, 7 slot shots there, Cody. That
like I'll give you an example. How many times did the Tampa Bay Lightning lose these battles, these statistics that you've seen in their runs? Probably a hell of a lot, right? I mean, I think one of the things is like you don't really need to and I agree with you guys on the first period. I didn't think it was that lopsided. I think Carolina, again, I thought we did a really good job kind of keeping them to the outside for most of it. What did they get outshoot us 33-20? And it didn't feel like it.
No, it didn't. And I thought,
I never felt, sorry to cut you off, Caesar. I just want to say, I never felt at any time we were in danger, with them.
Maybe parts of the last 10 minutes of the second period. But then I thought Bob did enough to keep us in the game that, if we stayed out of the penalty box, we were going to be okay. But yeah, it was a pretty good overall game from everyone.
Yeah, for sure.
Like I don't know. It's just like in the second there, Kirby. Like how many like true scoring chances did Carolina really have? Not many.
A lot less than the first, because the first they had some of those East-West plays and they didn't connect on them, Cody. But I thought we tightened up and we played a good game. I didn't hate our first. The numbers show the first wasn't good, but I didn't hate our first. That was a good road period by us. And you get a power play goal like that. We've talked about the power play struggling. I know Caesar's going to show some of the numbers here in a bit, but I guess our power play numbers are better on the road than we even thought. They were splashing them all over the screen.
How are the Panthers built?
Yep, they were showing this tonight.
There's one guy that they're missing from that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and like the one where it was like the actual biggest trade.
Oh, that is on
which one?
Matthew
Chuck's not on there.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: like
That's
the funniest,
off, you know.
the funniest thing in the world is Kirby. I have a question for you. How many guys from the last era did Zito inherit?
Yeah, you've asked me this like a couple years back now. Like the guys that were already there. So it was like Bobrovsky, Barkov, Ekblad.
That's it.
That's it. Is it? One more?
Lusto.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the talent trade. Okay.
So four. So Zito's he's only kept 4 of the guys he's inherited. Only 4. And
everyone's like, how can we make the team like Bill Zito does in Florida? Well, look at all the stuff you have to do and all the things that have to go right.
Took a couple years.
Like Bill Zito's even got to say, like, I got lucky on a few things. And the things, Cody, that he hasn't struck out on are those minimal contracts, like you say.
He struck out
Colin White's and Adam Boqvist.
Yeah, but like those contracts are like, but he doesn't. Here's the thing: he strikes out on those. But what is Billy's worst trade?
Objectively, it's probably the Sherratt trade. I don't think it's as atrocious as
I
some
think.
people say.
Always for picks and stuff. It's never for players.
I mean, like a rental
For
defense.
a player, I'm going to bring up this trade. It's a very forgettable one. But we gave up like the worst player. We got the worst player in the deal. We traded Juho Lammikko to Vancouver for Olli Juolevi.
I really liked Lammikko.
And I think I didn't like that deal.
He could be our 4C right now, Nick.
Mr. Magic says we miss Uyghur. Who's we?
Okay, I was a Uyghur supporter, part of Uyghur
Army.
Then I became a Uyghur Midler, and then I started seeing the other side of people not liking it.
Then you saw game 2. Then you saw game.
That was before the year before. So not the Tampa Bay sweep.
Oh, the first Tampa Bay series, he was bad, and then
he was not good.
The President's Trophy year, he wasn't that good. He kept getting walked. The Marner play that pissed me the fuck off. And then game 2 of the second round, everybody's like, "Get the fuck out of here!"
Well, what about the Washington series with Ovechkin?
Oh, the Kuznetsov thing. Like, see, I was watching that the other day actually, and it's like these Panthers, they would have sent that puck up and shipped it in deep instead of having a defenseman try to carry it through the neutral zone.
And everyone's going to say, well, you guys have picked on Ekblad and Forsman. You guys do it on all your post games. Yeah, but it's the time and the situation a lot of times with Uyghur. And Uyghur, he goes to Calgary and then he starts potting 18, 19, 20 goals. I wasn't seeing that offensive upside from Uyghur in Florida.
And I hate to use this comparison, but it's the only one I got. But Uyghur is a very good defenseman. Do not get us wrong. Very good. And Kirby's gonna laugh at this, as Tony Romo was a very good quarterback.
Why do we keep bringing the Dallas Cowboys?
Because it's the best comparison I got.
No, actually, Uyghur had a better team in front of him, and when you have a shit,
but both of them were very good players at their position.
We didn't ask Uyghur to make things out of nothing, Cody.
But
what Uyghur did do, he stabilized your favorite guy, Aaron Ekblad.
And Ekblad stabilized him too, because when he wasn't with Ekblad, boy, was he dog shit.
Well, Aaron Ekblad, Yandel, and Matheson were pulling us out of the guy.
Well, I mean, Ekblad had to, let's be real here. Yandel and Ekblad never should have meshed in the first place.
But Matheson, 7th round pick, and you put him with Ekblad, and you're like, okay, we got something here.
Yeah, but that was because we were throwing at straws because that
waiver wire guy, Gustav Forsling and Ekblad. Okay, at a certain point, I don't think as early as everyone thought. Okay,
but here's my point with Uyghur. Him and Romo were damn good players at their position. The problem was when they fucked up at the worst possible time.
And the problem with Uyghur was he'd go to the bench, break his stick, start complaining, go down the tunnel. People tell us, Kirby, he's down the tunnel again, pouting. That's not a culture that's here now. Are guys doing that for us when things aren't going well? It's a culture thing too.
It is. And
Caesar?
yeah, so let's kind of go back to what Matthew Tkachuk. I didn't really see him out there today, and you kind of posted something out today, Kirby.
Yeah.
Take a look here.
So it was posted before the game tonight, and there was film showing too, guys. The film didn't look so great. It was on Sportsnet. I don't know if Caesar has access to it.
Says not good ISO film on Matthew Tkachuk from last year's playoffs versus this year's playoffs. Something I have said all postseason on the recap shows. 2024 postseason 87, 18 to 20 mile an hour burst, 76 percentile. This year 26 below 50%. That could do with the lower body injury that he's probably dealing with.
And on the film, they showed Caesar a lot of the east-west strides that Tkachuk was making. He was getting to players, causing havoc and breaking plays up and actually going towards the net with the puck. And they said this year he's a step behind or he doesn't quite get there. He's not creating scoring chances off of semi-rush plays. Even though he's not a fast skater, and we know that, he was still creating plays off of semi-rush plays. They showed one against Boston where he cut through the middle of the ice, put the puck on net, Swayman made the save, but it was a dangerous, kind of high-danger chance, right?
Can the Panthers win
guys
the cup?
we've seen that this year at all in the playoffs.
Can the Panthers win the cup with Tkachuk's form right now? I mean, he
Yes.
was invisible last year.
We won the cup without him in the Stanley Cup final.
But do you guys, this year with this team, the mileage, the roster that we have, and doing it against a team in Dallas or Edmonton that I think will be really game opponent?
I don't want to play Edmonton again. I'd rather play Dallas.
I know.
I'm with you there, but I think
I think we can.
I think both teams are still going to be.
I'm not going to rule it out and say we can't. But guys, to compare it to last year, I think, I think more things go right for us early in that series. You don't know if that happens this time around, and then you're like, okay, we need Tkachuk in a game here, right? And I know everyone's loving what Marchand's doing, but I think to me it's a tall task to ask him to do it repeatedly through.
Yes.
A guy, right? And again, Barkov Reinhardt as well. I said this series, Barkov Reinhardt, they don't even have to do. They have to not only do things defensively, they have to do things offensively.
And tonight they really didn't have to because
Barkov did a little bit on the power play. I'm going to say that was a sweet pass, Cody, that he made to Verhaeghe. Yeah. He put it on edge for him, that little sauce pass, and that's where.
But what I find crazy is and I'm not going to accuse the Hurricanes of not watching film. But why are you leaving Carter Verhaeghe that open, just not touching him like that?
When he got the puck and he just literally stood there and had enough time to control the puck before shooting it in the back. And credit to him because
they didn't even try and stick check.
Well,
nothing.
Barkov get a lot of times on the power play, and everyone's like, I don't want him to pass. I want him to shoot that. If Barkov's a little lower and gets the puck, I want him to go backhand or put it under the bar there. Nick, you've talked about this. We haven't gone to the bumper playing different things. So maybe Carolina has been watching film. They're not utilizing that play. So let's give that ice up there. Now they might look at it a little differently and say, we're going to give up the point shot again. But if we have some room down there, Nick, let's use it. Use it. Yep. Don't just do jam plays. Look to put it under the bar. Look to go back.
And one thing I told Kirby, I told both Kirby and Nick at the intermission about this. Carolina's not making you pay by standing in front of their net. They're just letting you do it. Which is one thing I stylistically shocked me.
Had Pesci and a younger Burns and other guys there.
Yeah, but Burns at this point in the career, you need something from a Slavin. You need something from a Morrow. I don't care if it's his first game. He's got to make an impact somehow.
But Morrow's not a heavy guy.
None of their back end guys are really heavy.
What's his name? Walker's not a heavy guy. Burns is an offensive guy.
Slavin's not heavy.
He's the closest.
But he's more like Forsling. He relies a lot more on his stick.
Orlov's a big guy, but you're saying you got to use your frame?
Yeah, but he got ran the fuck over by Bennett behind the net in the fucking first.
Well, Slavin and they were running us over too, Cody, in that first. But the thing is, they can't probably maintain that like Florida can.
Here's the Carolina being that I haven't seen Carolina that physical all postseason.
So you think they came out with that intention because they're playing Florida?
Yes. And here's the issue. if you try and get into a physical bout with us, you're not going to win it.
Teams always try to pound on that door, though. That door don't always fall down or come open up.
So here's Brenda Moore's thoughts after the game. It'd be interesting to see.
Just a quick hold on here. I'm looking at the screen here. So this is 2025, right? Not 2023, right, Caesar?
Yes.
I was going to say something there.
That's a good one. Nice one. No, this is 2025. But you never know. He could have been 2024 or
maybe we'll see for another night.
Did you feel like, I don't know if composure is the right word, but after they scored that third goal, things kind of unwound a little bit?
No, I didn't really see it like that. I mean, I thought, they got the 2 power play goals. I think that's really the difference in the game. I think, that, you got to kill those. You got to give them credit. I mean, they get a chance. It's in the net. That's really what happened there. That was a great shot on the first one, and then the second one's off the post and in. I mean, they play a heavy, hard game, but they can score, and that's what we have to. Can't give them. It was kind of 2 bad penalties we took, really, that we don't need to take, that they end up scoring on. So we got to eliminate that, and then take a couple off the board there, maybe, and then the game's maybe a little different. But I didn't hate our game
again, doesn't it, boys?
A little bit early on here. Okay, I want to make 2 points here. What Brendan Moore said there.
I'm going.
Number one, I said this coming into this series. 1 power play goal is going to win a team a game. We got 2 tonight. So I'm not going to complain at Brindamore there. That's like, oh, you guys are going to say, well, he's just saying if we would have stopped our power play, they would have won the game. Maybe, you don't know. So power play can switch the momentum of the game. And I thought we've only needed to get 1 power play goal to win games. If we're getting 2, they're in a lot of trouble. And then the other thing there, he's right. I said this on our post-game show. These guys play heavy hockey, but they play a skilled game. I said, people start to find out and recognize that. And they're like, okay, we're going to try to play the Panthers game, Cody, and play a physical game. They're like, oh, shit, these guys are skilled too. I think teams that have played us enough, like Carolina, they're like, not only can they pound us into the boards, into the end wall, they're also going to pot 4 or 5 goals on us. And that's a hard thing to stop. What other team in the NHL plays our physical brand and scores like we can? And when you're getting this depth scoring, and again, the depth scoring is coming from our defense. We have 12 goals from our defense now.
13 now.
13 now? Okay.
Yep.
So again, like that they're looking at
just the most random thing ever.
We're first in the NHL in the playoffs in goals for defensemen, and we're first ranked with points. In the regular season, I think we were like 16th for goals by our defense and something like 22nd or 23rd for points. So teams are looking at Florida right now, and they're like, this is not what we game planned for. What are they doing right now here in the playoffs? Getting all these goals from their defense. But maybe that's, the addition of Seth Jones and other things as well. Brad Marchand opens up some space for guys out there.
But it's also just like...
And some of it's...
And I still laugh at this because this was Kirby's biggest problem going into the postseason was our depth scoring.
I didn't to do this with the defense.
I don't think anybody's seen this.
Or these 4th line guys that weren't in the lineup.
Hell, you didn't think Lusto would have 13 points going into the conference finals.
I don't think so.
But Cody,
here's the question though: can he keep it up? We need our top guys to be our top guys. Can they keep it up? The depth guys. We need
it's been totally flipped.
We need.
It's been 2.
Go ahead.
It's been 2 rounds now.
I mean, I guess
it's a trend.
Like, I'd like Tkachuk to get going. He doesn't, again, Tkachuk can kind of ease his way in. I think he's around 85%.
I was like, well, Kirby, Nick, Tkachuk has points coming into tonight into game.
He walks into points.
7 of his 10 points were on the power play, and I think a lot of those are secondary assists.
Look, he walks into points. I'm never worried about Matthew Tkachuk scoring. Yeah. He's going to walk into
But everyone uses that as a defense mechanism. We're like, relax here. You got to talk about how those points are happening and see, is he playing in top form when you look at the points? The points can be misleading.
I will say this. I'll give him credit. I think he's gotten better as time has gone along.
I thought
didn't hate his game tonight.
I actually didn't think he looked that bad tonight.
No, he seems to be getting better.
Like, here's the thing. I don't think he needs to be. He doesn't need to be 2023 Matthew Tkachuk scoring every fucking game winning goal.
No, he wasn't even a point per game last year.
I mean, no, like.
Yeah, I'll take. Okay, what do I want from Matthew Tkachuk in the playoffs? I'll take 2024 first round Tampa Bay Matthew Tkachuk. That's what I'm at.
Like, he doesn't need to be 2023. where he's like dragging
Like,
the
I
team.
think we can.
He doesn't
every
have to
fight.
be 20.
Like, if you're asking me, can we win a cup?
Chuck 2023 regular season.
Like, if you're asking me, can we win a cup the way we're playing? And yeah, absolutely, we could beat anybody, and that still remains there. Now you're going to need Kachuk to maybe come a little bit more. The power play needs to be a little bit better, but overall, I think again in a 7-game series and just in general, I think we can beat anybody.
But Kachuk plays on a second line. Don't care what anyone tells me. I know Cody's with me on this. His centerman is not a line driver. So Kachuk as a winger is really the driver of that line. And if you don't have that, you don't have everyone in sync, kind of building things 5-on-5, creating all these scoring chances, overwhelming teams. So that's part of it too with the Matthew Kachuk injury and how he's playing or whatever you think's going on with him. He's a driver from the wing. And you're not going to get that if he's not able to move out there, he's labored, or he's not playing well.
And I think
the fact that we've been able to do this with the way he's been playing.
Well, it's a testament to the team and how we're coached and everything like that. I don't think you can do it in other situations.
Like, I don't think another team could have this performance from one of their top guys.
It's safe to say that we know he's labored.
Yeah.
It's safe to say
From
that.
The stats tonight and from the video that I saw, it's
Like sometimes when he tries to forecheck, he kind of just like
we've seen him slow, but he ain't this damn slow.
Yeah, he's not this slow.
Like, so he's playing with something. He's good through it, and like I said, like a couple games ago, I wouldn't be shocked if he missed the start of next season.
Yeah, 1 or 2 months.
Like, you know what? If he does, get healthy. I don't care. We can survive.
I don't think surgery is going to be needed. I think it's just more rest.
But if surgery needs to happen, go and get it.
Well, yeah, I don't.
Because I can use an example. Because if that stem cell shit to me doesn't work,
then
it doesn't.
Fine.
It doesn't because, like, I'll use another football example. Fucking in 2016, Ryan Tannehill tore his ACL against the Arizona Cardinals. And instead of trying to go and get surgery, he went and had the stem cell treatment, right?
Mm-hmm.
What happens next training camp? Tears the same fucking ACL. Like, that shit doesn't work.
It doesn't work. You're wasting time on your timeline.
It's just go and get the surgery. Go and get healthy. Get it done. Over with.
Is there any concern long term with him or no? You think?
I don't know. I got to see him after the injury.
Like
I don't know what the injury is.
But you need to get healthy and be able to play. Next year isn't going to be a short season for Matthew Kachuk with the Olympics, and you would think another playoff appearance. So it's not going to be easy, right?
Like,
the Marlins have made an appearance in our chat.
I'm pissed about the Marlins being 14-1 to the dude.
Oh, we kept Cody away from the post game tonight to talk about Marlins. Now we're good. Oh boy.
Look, man, I'm happy with their season so far.
Well, no overtime tonight, guys.
There's gonna be overtime this series. I just don't know when.
The weekend. Everyone will take
Please.
At home, Nick. Game 3.
I'll be there.
Hopefully, it's not 4 overtimes like last time. So.
Caesar, will you be there?
No, Caesar, you got to actually enjoy this, actually experience this.
It's your fucking You got to go through this now.
Caesar, are you going to be there for games 3 and 4?
Yes, I will. I will be there for 3 and 4.
Yours truly
Saturday.
If there's a game 5,
or 2.
I could be making an appearance in North Carolina too.
Hey, you could bunk in with us, man.
We need to bring bodyguards for C's over here. Fucking walking through the airport.
Who knows?
No photos.
They're like, hold on a second. Who's coming in with Caesar? 29 fans and a half? What's going on here?
Holy fuck.
Look at this fan base. It's booming.
Let me tell you this, guys. Just being able to talk hockey with them was an experience of a lifetime. So it was really awesome. And
I forgot the mystery jersey. Oh, fuck.
But being able to tell them our platform and for them to even share the Cats and Rats podcast, shout out to Spittin' Chicklets. They were amazing. So.
Nick is always gassed.
All the stuff they tweeted out and the content they put up too.
Caesar looks like he better not be no fucking Gator fan.
No, I am not a Gator fan.
Fuck the Gators.
No.
Says he looks like a Ducks fan.
I'm a Florida fan, Florida State fan.
Go Knowles, baby.
All right, let's get this fucking shit over with now.
I'm not going to talk about Caesar with his bracket. By
No,
the way, if the Hurricanes are ever looking for a basketball coach, I'm with the Hurricane shutout there. So.
Then again, I got to get Kirby a Florida State jersey.
I don't get any stuff. So anyone that gives me stuff from a Florida school and mails it to me, that's who I'll be a fan.
Like Kirby, quick question. I just want to see something.
I got 2 guys from the state of Florida here. I haven't got nothing yet.
Look, I'm gonna send you something soon. I'm just making sure.
Cream color.
You like this? I'm like this.
Cream. Okay, that's not bad.
It's like
holy fuck, Sergey Bobrovsky's in our chat.
Cream color, and then Nick.
I know that.
Cream color. Okay, that's nice. And next, silver.
Silver, but you still, you guys still love, man. Bobrovsky, I highly doubt would use fucking
Kane stuff, orange, green, doesn't matter.
Dude, it's all about dude. I'm a Marlins fan, dude.
Unfortunately.
We support all our fans in Florida.
Appreciate it, Antonio. Appreciate everybody here
and
at
everyone outside of the state of
except fuck the Heat.
And everyone overseas.
Hold on, Antonio. Appreciate it. Thank you, everybody, for listening here at 2:30 in the morning, Eastern Standard Time. Kirby's a little bit more lucky than us. But no, we appreciate everybody in the chat, everybody watching on YouTube or Caesar's Instagram. You could be fast asleep by now, but we appreciate the support.
Yeah, I mean,
well said.
It's still crazy, like how much this has been growing the last couple weeks. So,
and let's watch this together because I want to get you guys' take after this. Let's take a look here.
Oh, that feels good, eh, bud? We get to keep on playing hockey. I wasn't ready to stop playing hockey, to be honest. Oh, that's what I was thinking before. I was like, I didn't go for it. I got at least another month in me, no? Boys, I missed the best. Enjoy it, baby. Enjoy it. Oh,
that was
on the top of that video. Couple of Canadian boys.
That's fucking hilarious because
I talk with Canadians.
Shitting on the Toronto Maple Leafs, and you're just talking like that on the bench.
That's a bit of Sam Bennett's accent. We don't.
Oh, I wasn't ready to stop playing hockey, so we're gonna steamroll the Leafs,
right?
Like, no, that's what makes it like hilarious. Like, we got guys.
Carter Hage's like, yeah, it's not bad.
He got a point here. He's like, we are so lucky.
Oh, 100%.
We are.
That would have been so funny if Carter Verhaeghe said, yeah, I haven't had that great a season. I really needed this to keep going here. Because all you guys in the fan base have been on him.
Oh my gosh. And that's what I tweeted as soon as he scored. I'm like, everybody lay off Carter Verhaeghe now.
But Sam Bennett saying that too there, Caesar, pending USA. He doesn't, I don't think, exactly know where his future.
Yeah.
Unless he knows something we don't.
But just the way like when he gasped, he's like.
With the team or that he's coming back?
The contract could be fucking done for all we know.
Because he's going into that game potentially playing his last game as a Florida Panther.
Yeah. And like, that's what I was thinking. Like, I was going to.
Leaf, like, And maybe some troll job. I don't know. But...
It's like Kirby. Like we were trolling right there. Like the other team is fucking
But going into the night, Cody.
Yeah, going into the night. But like at that point, like we got our guys saying, "Isn't this the best?" And the other team's fucking like about to lose. Like an
the fans are leaving above.
We're just saying, "Isn't this the best?"
It's like baseball guys like in a doubleheader and then like in August and they're just leaning back. That's almost what that
was. What do you think Mitch Marner thinks? He just like skates by the bench. He hears like, what the fuck is wrong with these guys?
So what was happening that was Craig Berube yelling, and that's when Mitch Marner was spitting out whatever he was saying.
Wake the fuck up.
Nylander, this is why I can't play with you guys.
You guys keep bitching about shit. Let's fucking go.
And then this is Bennett's just sitting there like this, probably.
I don't know. I saw a clip too that
no thanks.
When I think it was game 1 of the series with Florida, when they scored the first goal, their assistant coaches were celebrating. Craig Berube just kind of nudges the coaches like, settle down, like we haven't done anything yet. Like,
I hope they got one of the biggest.
I want to see. I want to let you know that coach he was telling to calm down is the future coach of the Boston Bruins.
Is it, Cody?
Dude, he used to play for the Bruins. It only makes so much sense.
His career ended with the concussion from Matt Cook.
And I'm pretty sure we have his dead contract.
The same year, around the same time, David Booth took that, shot to the head.
But Kirby, I'm 99.9% sure that his dead contract ended with us. I'm pretty sure of that.
Yes, it did, I think. Cody, you're trying to tell me about Mark Savard. Former Calgary Flame.
Well, anyways, gentlemen, Nick looks like he's falling asleep.
Wait,
here,
let's talk. Let's make our prediction for the other series.
Holy fuck, Cody!
We put it off, man.
Yeah, we have to put it.
Just say.
Oh yes, we got to do that. Okay, my apologies, Caesar. I will get all of our stats added up. But what did we go in the second round?
I think
we were all the same. We
3-1.
3-1.
3-1. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to add up the total stats, and we'll get back to everyone here this round and see where.
I think we're all still tied, if I'm not mistaken.
But we got to count this first round as well.
Yeah. But how are we feeling this series? I think all four of us are all Panthers.
Yeah, I picked Panthers in 6.
All right, but for the West,
I'm not going first, Caesar.
We're not putting this up on the screen, Caesar. Cody, I need to remember that this episode we made our picks.
Yeah, we're gonna put it up on the banner.
So
okay.
what
you know what? I'll go first this time. I have the Dallas Stars in 7.
Okay.
I just think Ranton and Nanju are playing on a different level right now. And if Nanju's on a different level, I don't think Edmonton can counter that.
Mine is the same as Cody. I have it in my hockey pool, so it's documented. I run a hockey pool here. So I have Florida in 6 and Dallas in 7. It could be a little silly to go against the Edmonton Oilers here, but the way the Ottinger's playing, Cody mentioned Ranton in there as well. This series can go anyway. This was more of a coin flip than the Florida-Carolina series.
I have made the mistake of doubting Edmonton, and I feel like a fool for not picking them yet again. I haven't picked them at any point during the playoffs, and they have been really impressive to me. And I'm terrified of them, to tell you the truth.
Right.
But I am going to go Dallas in 7 because I do think Dallas is.
Don't tell Ryan Whitney that you're terrified of them.
I mean, look at the way they're playing. They're like a bunch of men on a mission right now, right? But I think they meet their match. Some of the injuries, some of the holes on their team with the goaltending.
The goaltending defense is
and Dallas, like there were things you could exploit with Vegas. There's not really much you can exploit with Dallas.
Is Robertson playing in this series?
Yes, Robertson came back last series.
Okay.
So I'll go Stars in 7.
Whoa, you kind of like 180 there. Okay, Nick.
So
I thought you were going to go with Edmonton there.
No.
So hold on, Caesar. Me, Cody, and Nick have the exact same picks. Florida 6, Dallas in 7. Caesar?
Here comes the fucking trailblazer here to fucking pick different.
Well, in order for me to win this competition.
Yeah, I think Caesar's behind. We're going to add it up, but I think he's
blow
behind.
it out your ass, Caesar. Don't do it.
Tied with you guys, but we'll add it up. I want Dallas to win. I think I wouldn't want anything more than to see Paul Maurice go against Peter DeBoer. I love Peter DeBoer. I met him once when he was a Florida Panther coach. Awesome guy. Really good, down-to-earth person. And there would be nothing more than just to see them chirp at each other back and forth. Their press conference would be very entertaining. But and I do believe Rantanen is playing unbelievable right now. And Ottinger is playing really well as well. But I'm gonna go with Edmonton in 7. Just because I think they're hungry. The experience of being in the Cup last year, I think McDavid and Draisaitl are on a mission. And even though they don't have the goaltending, Skinner has looked pretty good these last couple of games. So
I think.
Yeah, but I like it. Though I will say this about this: if it doesn't go 7, that's a fucking travesty.
Yeah.
Well, I'm okay with waiting.
So I guess I'm the only one that's picking Edmonton. So Ryan Whitney, you hear this?
Hold on a minute,
6.
Caesar. Wait.
Go ahead.
Edmonton in 6. You told me that you think that we're afraid of you. I ain't afraid of you. Bring it. Like I said, in order to be the champion,
get the fuck out the screen, Nick.
You have to be the champion. Let's go.
Hey, Whit. I'm Nick, and I'm terrified of the Oilers. I'll take it away.
Hey, Whit.
Hold on. You said Edmonton at 6 or Edmonton at 7?
Edmonton and.
He can't decide. It's 3 a.m. here.
He's got Edmonton. So
either way, Edmonton in 6 or 7.
I mean,
we're using the numbers for the tiebreaker.
Caesar's got that. Got Matthew Tkachuk throwing the medicine ball in his head, which I still think's the funniest fucking thing in the world. Like, Kirby, did you see that?
No, today I'm blind.
No. Fucking. So they set up the press room in the Panthers gym.
Yeah.
And Matthew Tkachuk, and then they weren't happy about it. So Matthew Tkachuk, when the Canes were having the press conference, was just throwing the fucking medicine ball against the wall repeatedly.
All our guys were doing the workouts in 2023 in the hallway, I think there.
Yeah, but that's the little shit. That's why you love Matthew Tkachuk on your team, because he would only do some shit like that. But let's wrap this bitch up. We're all tired here, especially Nick.
Gentlemen, it was a pleasure. Thank you, guys. All make sure you guys like and subscribe, and thanks again. See you guys next time.
This guy has been keeping forwards accountable his whole 2 years here. Mix it.
That's how we start the series on the next one.
What's up, Cats and Rats fans? If you enjoyed that video, be sure to hit the like and subscribe button before you head out. If you're listening to us on Apple and Spotify, make sure you leave us a 5-star review. And just like always, let's go Cats!